Okay, so I wanted to make this video today to show you my ZAXXON machine. I picked this up about a year ago and it's been giving me grief ever since. Now, first thing, disclaimer, I want you to know, I don't know what I'm doing. So if you're looking at this for like how-to video, maybe look somewhere else, because I kind of figure out things as I go along, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I do enjoy fixing things. So here's my ZAXXON. I picked this up. I got it for $400 bucks, which looking back on it was probably too much. It works good except for there's a sound that's missing, and the spaceship as it flies through the air is supposed to make a certain sound. They say you can replace the capacitors in the sound section. I did that twice, two different styles of capacitor, and none of that didn't work. So I'm going to kind of be going through and just showing you my process on hopefully diagnosing this and fixing this. There's some IC chips that may be the culprit. I don't know. So I'm just going to try and see what works. Also, you can see it's in a little bit rough shape, and I will also be painting it and putting side art on and things like that, and getting it nice enough to put down the basement so I can play. I'll show you now real quick the sound that's missing. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Just put a quarter in this thing. Alright, now the sound of the spaceship flying, there should be a sound right here. And now you hear the spaceship flying. Okay. I'll pick you back up when we get out into outer space. Okay, here we go. Now there should be a sound right now of a spaceship flying. It's dead quiet. And there should be a sound there. Also, this fire button seems like it's going haywire. So that's what I'm going to look to fix, alright? So here we are. Here's the circuit board for the ZAXXON. And this is the sound section all in this area here. And here's the schematic for it. This is the sound chip that has all the different sounds on it. It's 40-pin chip, and the one we're concerned with is the one, these top four. And if you look here, it says player ship C, B, player ship A, B. So you look here, and it looks like it's like these two sounds are going into this chip here, U32. I've already replaced that. It didn't make any difference. So I don't know how to test this stuff. Like I said before, I'm just learning this, and I'm kind of going along and doing my best. So I really don't have a way to test this stuff. So what I'm just doing is just replacing the things. They're pretty inexpensive. The chips are like $1 or $2 at the most. So I figure, well, just replace them. There's this one here for the other two ship sounds, which I think might be what I need, the U30, and but I don't have that chip yet. But if you follow this along, there's these chips, which these are supposed to know to go bad. It's U8, and that chip is a what is it, LM324 chip, and they're supposedly they go bad. So I'm going to try today. I'm going to try replacing that. And there's two of the tantalum capacitors. This one here. And I'm going to replace that because I have that. And then let's see, here, right here, C34, that's a capacitor, a tantalum capacitor. I'm going to try replacing that and that, just because I have them, and why not? If you're not sure what a tantalum capacitor is, all these style here are electrolytic capacitors, and then these little shiny brown ones here. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. Those are called tantalum capacitors, and I'm really not sure the difference. They're just a different style. I've already replaced all of these electrolytic capacitors. There's 13 of them that are supposed to control the sound. You can buy the kit to replace them. When that didn't work, I wound up replacing every single capacitor that's on this sound section. every single electrolytic capacitor I replaced. So I will replace what I just said I was going to replace, and then I will get back to you and I'll show you the results. All right. Now I'm back. I've done everything I can do today. I'm still waiting for some chips and things, but check it out. Here's the chip I put in, and I like to put, I read that it's a good thing to do, so I believe it. Put in a socket so that now this chip can unplug and plug back into the board. I also did this one up here. I did that a different day, and that one did not fix my sound problem, but you can see how it's in a socket instead of just being soldered right to the board. Then I put in this capacitor and these two capacitors over here, that one and that one, and I don't know why this is so out of focus, but it is. So I'm going to go out, put this thing back together, and see if we have sound. We will see. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if this worked. Let's see. Nope, no sound. Got the spaceship sound here. But once I get into outer space, there won't be no sound. Let's just get there. Everything sounds good. It still sounds good. Space. Nope, sound shuts off. So that's not the problem. We got to find the problem. I'm back out in the garage now. I'll go over with you a little bit of what I did to the ZAXXON as far as the cabinet. Sanded the whole thing with 220, the sides and the doors, which are here. Then I taped off what I thought I should tape off and primered the whole thing. It looks kind of funny now that it's all in white. Like seeing a ZAXXON machine in white looks a little bit silly. But anyhow, primered the whole thing, and I put about 3 coats on, and I'm using this Kills, that one there. It's a water base, and I'm planning on sanding it, seeing what kind of finish I have with this thing. This is still kind of wet, so it's not looking how it should, and the camera's not going to pick up. It's not a very good camera. So, what am I trying to say? Primered it, and I'm going to paint it the brown color. And that after I sand it. So I think I'm going to sand it with so like maybe 320 or something like that, just to get it smooth, so the paint when it goes on will be smooth. I also redid the coin door, or the coin mechanisms. The ZAXXON has a front door, there it is there, and the coin mechanism just kind of screw right to the door. So here we go. This is the coin door that I worked on. Get under the light here. And sanded these plates down, took it all apart, sanded the plates down, and repainted them, and worked on the coin mechanisms a little bit. And now this thing works like so beautifully. So that's going to look really nice on there. And that's about all I'm at now. So next time you see it, it'll probably be brown. And hopefully I'll be getting a little closer to getting this thing done. All right, see ya. Okay, and here is the circuit board for ZAXXON. You saw me working on it a few minutes ago. Days have gone by since I made that video, and I've just been replacing things and nothing's been working. It's been kind of frustrating, but I finally got it all worked out. You see all these chips that have sockets in them. All those ones. Anything that has a socket is one I replaced. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 chips I replaced in every capacitor in this sound section, not just the 13 that they always say will fix the problem, because that didn't work. So I'm not sure which one actually fixed it. In every case it's going to be different, so it doesn't really matter which one in my case fixed it. It's either going to be, there's one called U4 and U5 and U30, which is here, and U31. It was one of those 4 that actually wound up fixing it. 30, 31, or 4 and 5. But in your case, it's going to be different. It's always going to be different as to why these things failed. But so the sound section is actually working good, and I'll show that to you when I get everything put back together. Okay, fresh coat of paint on there. It's the correct brown paint for ZAXXON. We got the T-molding back on. See, new T-molding. And I'll have to get the decal put on the side. And I get the front door put back on and the control panel. I did 3 coats of paint, then I sanded it with 320, and then I put another 4th coat of paint on, and the surface came up real nice. It's very smooth. Very happy with how it turned out. It looks really nice. So there we go. That's where I'm at. Here's the control panel, and I've got it taken apart. I put a new overlay on it. The old one was satisfactory, I guess, but there was a bunch of cigarette burns up here where people would place their cigarettes, and it was all cracked along the front edge here. So I figured, why not? While I'm doing everything, I'll put a new control panel overlay on it. At the same time, I rebuilt the joystick. That was a little loose and a little wobbly when you'd play it, so now it's going to be all tightened up. And there it is, going back together. The coin door, or the coin mechanisms, I repainted those, and they work real nice now. Everything's real smooth and freshly painted. So making progress. So now it's down in the basement. Got it all put back together. Got the decal on the side. That went on very nicely with no bubbles. There's the new control panel overlay. And rebuilt the joystick. Just not rebuilt it. Just greased it up and stuff. Everything turned out very nice. It looks funny besides these little tiny ones. It's a very heavy cabinet. Nearly killed myself getting it down here. Alright, I'm going to put you on the tripod and show you the sounds of the game and stuff, how it's all been repaired. Alright, here we go.